So many players really struggle with finishing off the points, particularly with this attacking slice volley. So in this analysis, we're going to look at one women's World Padel Tour, one men's World Padel Tour example, and then we're going to look at my slow motion attacking forehand volley, so we can break down how to create spin, how to hit with power, and consistently win the points. So let's look at the first point with Paula Jose Maria going to hit the first attacking volley, and the ball is in this corner here. She's just served it and moved forward into a good position. You can see that the opponent is on their back foot and they're going to get a little bit of a floating ball in here. And one thing to notice is look how high this racket is from Paula. Yeah, the ball is on its way over and that racket goes up really early because she knows that she's got to get her racket above the height of the contact of the ball, and she's already picking out her targets. Now, if I was in her position, I've got two main targets. I've either got this one down here where you could hit fast with a lot of spin, or I've got this one in the corner here, and her being lefty, it's really good to be able to come round the outside of that ball and attack it. But notice how the racket is nice and high, and we're just going to watch that play out, and you can see the slice that she imparts on that ball, really with the racket coming underneath. Look at the way it comes down and the racket head dips underneath that ball to create that slice. And it's gone right into this corner here, and what a difficult shot for the opponent there. You can see that the opponent is off balance and they're trying to dig that ball out because she was able to come under it and hit a very effective attacking slice. The next point that we're going to look at is going to be LeBron serving here, and Galan is the one who's going to hit this attacking forehand volley. And you can see here that it's a decent serve and the opponent, Martin, is forcing that ball up. But again, look how early Galan is with the racket to get it above the height of the ball. And if we just fast forward this slowly, look, it goes even higher than the contact. It really is nice and high because he knows he's going to attack this. It's come at a decent height above the net, and now he knows that he's going to come down on that ball with a little bit of slice. And look at that racket face. It's open. Yeah, you can see that it's tilted back here to create that slice, and he's going to swing fast, really fast through that ball to create the slice, still above the height of the contact, and that's where the contact is. And so we're looking here at, this is the height of the contact, and if you remember where he took the racket back, it was originally back up here, and so he needs to take that racket head above the height of the ball in order to create that slice. And look, the racket comes nicely through, creating that slice, and it makes it incredibly difficult for the opponent to defend, and therefore gets the short ball to finish. So in this case, it's used as a setup, and at this level it ends up being more of a setup volley, but if you hit it effectively, you can get a weak reply. And now let's look at my technique for the attacking slice forehand volley, and it's not a Galan forehand volley by any means, but it still is attacking, and you can see the action and the technique. So to begin with, initially I've recognized that ball's come in, and you can see I've turned my shoulders, I've turned my hips, because I know that a lot of my power is going to come from the rotation, and I need to do that in order to get the power that I'm looking for. Look how high this racket is coming up here. Yeah, it's high above the ball because I know that I need to swing down on that ball, and roughly I imagine that my contact will be roughly in this place. So you will see that the racket is going to come down in this swing path here. Let's play this on a little bit. So this ball is coming in, and you can see now that that racket has gone from here and it's coming in this motion like this, very fast down towards the ball. And my contact point is going to be ever so slightly in front, and you can see the direction of my racket face. It's a little bit of a blur here, but the direction is that of my racket face is this, because I want to get this ball going in this direction, but I want it with slice, and therefore my racket face is open, and that's exactly what we need if we want to hit this effectively. And you can see, look, the ball trajectory is off in this direction. So many players worry about having an open racket face, and they think, if my racket face is open, then I'm worried that the ball is going to go up in this direction, but it doesn't. When you come forward with a fast swing path and it goes horizontally through the ball, you can see that my racket face has come in this direction. My racket face is open, so that when the ball comes off, it's going to go in this direction. And that is exactly how we can be so aggressive with our slice forehand volley, and backhand volley would be the same, but you can see that ball is coming off in that direction and body weight goes forward. And now look, the shoulder rotations come all the way through, the hip rotations come all the way through. So you can see that a lot of that power comes from the rotation. So this is a shot that requires a lot of practice. So the best way you can do this is with a coach or a training partner that can feed you a basket of balls, and you get used to just slicing and getting the feel for that combination of spin and power. Now, the important thing to remember is that if your racket face is open and you swing horizontally through that ball, coming from slightly high to slightly low, the ball should come off with spin in that horizontal direction. People are worried that it's going to bounce up. You don't need to worry about that if you're swinging through the ball. The problem comes when people swing a little bit under the ball, or they open that racket face and then stop the racket, and then the rebound end up going out. So what I would say is focus on opening the racket face and a nice long follow through that ball, and you should be getting some really effective slice on your attacking volleys. Now, in this corner here, I'm going to explain how you can hit winners from your volleys.